Hello and welcome to Muse Decipher Lessons. My name is Christy Cake and I'm going to be your guide again as we go through understanding music theory, music instruments, and music software. Today is all about the big reveal, the big chord pattern secret. This is stuff that music universities and colleges would charge you thousands for and you'd be going to classes for. I'm going to be giving it to you one lesson, one concise PDF that you can utilize today to make better music, regardless of if you're a producer and you're working with samples and you want to know how to edit them, or you're a songwriter and you want to know how to, where to go next with your song and you're stuck in loopitis, or whether you're a composer and you're just like, I don't know what to do with this first part. I don't even know where to go from here. What did Bach do? How do I do things? Struggle no more to find notes and chords. The PDF is in the link in the description. So go check it out and let's get started. Of course I ruined it. Living in COVID crisis. Living in COVID crisis. And the anxiety is so bad, I can't breathe anymore. And the anxiety. Da, 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 da. And the anxiety is so bad, I can't breathe anymore. Hey guys, would you like to be able to write songs quickly by understanding chord patterns? Most songs are based on 4 chords in one scale, and then sometimes they'll borrow chords, or they'll do what's called going to the next dominant scale, or they'll make a chord that's normally major minor, but pretty much everything's kind of based on these patterns. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is the stuff that if you unlock this secret, you'll be able to do so much, so quickly, and you can have so much fun. Okay, let's get started. All right, here's the PDF. So this is how to find the chords in a scale. Then we're gonna do how to play the chords, how to find the key, and then how to add to what you have. So let's get started with what is a triad. A triad literally means 3. So there's going to be 3 notes per chord here. There are different kinds of chords, but we're just going to deal with triad. So when I say chord, it's going to be triad. And all the scales follow the same pattern. Major, the little m means minor, minor, major, major, minor, and then diminished. So essentially what you have is 3 major chords every scale, 3 minor chords every scale, and 1 diminished chord every scale. Okay, that's cool. Chords are based on the 7 notes in every scale, 7 unique notes. For example, on the C scale, we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we're back to C again. So I'm going to write these down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that a triad is 3 notes, and that's what we're going to be using for this, and our first chord is major. To get to the 3 notes, all we have to do is skip and then skip, and those are our 3 notes. So we start with the root note, which is C, and then we skip, skip. Always play with your thumb, middle finger, pinky. Cool. So that's our first chord. Let's practice the 3 major chords of C. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is F. Skip, skip, skip. I put my thumb on that. Let's try it. The 5th note. G. And let's play 1, 4, 5. Most songs use the 1, 4, and 5. So let's learn the 3 minors. The 2nd note of the scale, skip, skip, skip. The 3rd note of the scale, skip, 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 in the scale. And then the 6th note of the scale, skip, 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 within the scale. Cool. So now we know the 3 major and the 3 minor chords. Minor sounds sad. Major sounds happy. Okay, so let's take a look at the diminished chord. This is your 7th chord. It's in red. It's weird. It's a weird sounding chord. It's really spicy. Okay, so now what is the relative minor? For example, earlier when I was playing the song, it was in the key of D flat. And then I noticed that my first chord was minor. Da 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 da. So I used my relative minor chord, which is always based on the 6th chord. And the scale, to get to the scale for that, you would just start on the 6th note. Let's find the relative minor to C. The 6th note is A. So I'm going to find the A lower here because that's actually super easy. But we still have the same things. We still have 3 minor chords and 3 major chords and then 1 diminished chord. So what I did is I was playing with that song earlier that was in D flat. I started on the 6 chord, 2 chord, 5 chord, then the 3 chord. And I was starting on the relative minor chord. So the relative minor here. So A minor, okay, D minor, then G and E minor. We'll just do it in here. So A minor, D minor, G, and E minor. And the anxiety is so bad, I can't breathe anymore. And that, it's a close enough scale. D flat's harder to play. And the anxiety is, that I feel like, and the anxiety. Number 1, it's lower, so that's easier. And also it's all white notes. One of the other things that I put in the PDF was movable chords on the guitar. So we've got our first one, we know E major. If you don't know how to read chords, again, we're going to go into this later. E minor, A minor, and then A major. And what you can do is practice barring these frets and saying the chords out loud. So this is how I would recommend doing it. So E now becomes, this is F. Now this is F minor. And then so on. The other part of the PDF is the 4 golden chords. So we've got our C chord shape, our A minor chord shape, our F chord shape, and our G chord shape. And these, if you move them up, you can play them anywhere from any fret. I just included the names of the chords on the sheet that I gave you in the PDF, so you can practice even saying these chords out loud. Okay, yeah, here we are. We're going to learn how to use guitar tabs and how we can actually utilize what we've learned so far with chords and utilize the PDF. So I've downloaded guitar tabs, Ultimate Guitar Tabs on my phone and tablet and stuff, and I teach with this, I practice with this, and this is a great tool. So when you get there, you want to get Pro for sure. You can choose a song by typing in the name, whatever. And it's good to practice with songs that you know or that you've heard, because that will help to spark creativity. So practice every day on something. So we've got this song in the key of B flat by Olivia Rodrigo. This is a great song. So let's say I don't know how to play these chords. I can just click on guitar or ukulele or piano, whatever my instrument is, and look, it shows me the chords, and how to play them. So these are pretty much the chords from B flat. So you can also, if it says key of B flat, I can go to my key of B flat. Let's say I don't know what these chords are. Well, I can go to my piano triads. I can look, okay, key of B flat, or A sharp. Okay, so I also have that. Another thing you can do, let's say you wanted to play some of these chords on the guitar. You can take some of these basic guitar shapes that you've learned, and you can find, okay, where is B flat for me? So B flat is going to be on the 6th fret if I'm going to be playing these. Or on the 1st fret with the A shape. Oh, I see. So I could do the A shape on the 1st fret. Or you can transpose it. You can transpose it to the key of A. so that your first chord is A instead of B flat. And then, because we know if we have our capo, and this is how you can use your capo, and this is true also for ukulele, you can put your capo on the first fret, okay? Capo on the first fret, and then you can play the A shape. And then we also need, what other shape do we need? We need the F sharp minor shape. Okay, so we go, here we go, second fret. So that is a barred chord, but that's okay. And then we've got our D chord, and then we're back to A. So there's really pretty much just 3 chords here. You get the idea. You can also do this with ukulele. So let's go to the ukulele chords. And since C is close, why don't we just keep it in the key of C? So we can transpose it in the key of C to make it easier. And here we go. I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying 'cause you weren't around. Yay! Okay, here we are at the most fun part. We're in Logic. If you have Logic Pro, this will be great for you. But we are going to be going into other DAWs next week and using samples. We're going to dig deep into that even further. And then after that, we're going to dig deeper even further into chords. But this is just to get you started. And if this helps, please let me know if you make something cool. Okay, so we have our chords. We decided we're going to take it into the key of A minor. We already decided that, but let's say we don't know what our key is and all we have is a melody. So there's 3 ways you can find a key signature or what key you're in. The first way is with a VST or a plugin that will be called a key finder, and it will auto find the key for you. There's one that Antares makes that makes auto tune. They have a plugin called Auto Key, which I highly recommend, and there's tutorials out there on that. There's also lots of free ones, and I'll put the link in the description for the free ones. But the 2 most reliable ways, you can record your melody like in a voice memo and then play it back and use your ear to figure out what the notes are. And within 3 to 4 notes, you're going to know what key signature you're in, what key you're in. And if you don't believe me, just watch, okay? And the anxiety. Okay, let's say we're just going to pause there. Da 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 da. F F F F E E. Okay, we said within within 3 to 4 notes, right? So let's get 3 notes. So bad, so bad, so bad. So bad. And you might, when you're recording yourself and then you listen later, you might be kind of in between notes and you can kind of figure it out there. And you might be really so, you know, you might have to find it, but take your time. C, D, so F, F, E, C, D, so F, E, C, D. So we can go through. So F, E, C, D. It could be the key of F. F, nope. Can't be B flat. Nope. 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 You can see right away. F, E flat, nope. F, E flat, nope. F, E flat, again, no. Nope. Sharps. F sharp, F sharp. Nope. F sharp. There's only, actually within the first 2 notes, there's only 2 scales. That's insane. Within 2 notes, you might be able to figure out what key you're in. Oh my goodness. So it's either the key of C, F, A, C, D, or the key of F. All right, well, let's figure it out from there. I'm going to keep listening and analyzing. I can't breathe. Da, 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 da. Those are for sure a couple more notes. Da. Oh, that's C again. C, 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 B. Okay. Well, it's the key of C then, because the key of F, if you look over here, has a B flat. So it's got to be the key of C. The other way you could figure it out is by just playing the chords. Now, what I would recommend in the very beginning when you're first starting is to just literally play triads, so just 3-note chords. And you can notice too, when you play a chord, it'll show you where it is in Logic. If you press the scissors button here and you go to the piano roll is just a keyboard flip to the side, you can see the notes. They're played in little dots. Isn't that cool? So we're going to find the scale with the chords. This is a little bit harder. Okay, so but it's telling me, hey, we have the A minor chord here. Then we have D minor. Then we have G. Then E minor. A minor, so it could be F. But let's see if in the key of A minor. So A minor, D minor could still be. G. Oh, no. A minor. There's no A minor there. A minor. Nope. Nope. No A minor. No A minor. Oh, it could be the key of G. A minor, C, D minor. Oh. A minor, C, D minor, E minor. There we have it, is the key of C. So the key signature has 0 sharps and 0 flats. And it could be the key of C or the relative minor, A minor. Generally, if it's starting with a minor chord, you're going to be in minor. So we're just going to say we're in A minor. We go up to our key signature thing here in Logic. This is a really great tool you can use. And just select A minor. Then, when you go to your samples, since we know that we're going to be in minor, we're going to select minor. And then any sample that you drag in, regardless of, you can see it says key here, regardless of the key, you can just, samples, I used to use these a lot when I was first starting, and they give me a lot of ideas. Sometimes when I'm out of an idea, listening to samples gives me so many cool ideas. So, you can layer samples this way. But anyway, so let's record in our chords first before we add samples. So I'm hearing a slower tempo, something like 60 maybe. So it seems like each chord is going to last for 2 beats. Okay, I highly recommend playing with the metronome, figuring out what key you're in, figuring out what your beat is. This is going to help you a lot. Because then you can build off of it, just for the simple reason that you can build off of it. All right, there's our 4 chords, and I'm going to just quickly quantize them. And yeah. Cool. So we have a melody and we have chords. How do we make more of a song out of this? I'm going to delete this track. Well, we can start by adding a beat. If you don't know how to make drums, you can just simply go to, choose a beat that you like. I'm sort of hearing something like that. Okay, so, and I can change the sound of it. It looks like we've got some different ideas here. How do we get ideas? What can we do? Well, the very first thing you can do is you take your scale, and it's all the white notes, right, from A to A, because there's 0 sharps or 0 flats. Okay, and we're just going to play all the white notes up the scale from A to A. And you can try it up high, you can try it in the middle, you can try it down low, just to hear what it sounds like. And you can choose different sounds. I'm just going up and down, and then sometimes I'll get some ideas and you can just play around with the scale. Same with the lower end of things. I literally just went up the scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but low. And actually, I kind of like that. So we're going to quantize that. Wow, guys, that's so cool. Okay. The second thing you can do is you can arpeggiate the notes of the chords high and low, and just get a different idea that way. So I'm literally taking the notes of the chords. I literally just took the notes of the chords. So that's pretty basic stuff. But another thing you can do is you can make one chord longer than the rest. You can play with the time. So I'm just going to make this last chord really short and this chord long. The other thing we can do is rearrange the order of chords. This is something very basic that's kind of fun. We'll take the second chord. We're going to drag it over. Make sure you don't lose your spot. You can kind of see if you're losing your spot. Or you can play them again, but just rearrange your second, fourth chord, or your first and third chord, or your first and fourth chord. You swap them. Swap your chords. I guarantee that will change the way things sound. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've done that. Two more things you can do. You can use chords from other scales. The very most easy way to do that is to take a look at your scale, A minor, 0 sharp, 0 flats, and you can just make it major. So you go to your A major chords, got A major, B minor, C sharp minor, and you can add those chords into the next part. So I might do, let me just add an A major chord so you can hear how spicy that sounds. But it also works, and it's a one little note difference. And if you don't know what these chords are, okay, we want to know just we want to add in a borrowed chord from an A major scale, since it starts with the same letter, A. What is an A major chord? We can go to your piano triads thing. Hopefully you're practicing it. And you can look, okay, white, black note, white note, okay. A, C sharp, B. If you don't know where the notes are, you can look here as A. But you can also, if you're confused, the great thing about Logic is you can try playing it and it'll tell you if you're right at the top there. There's A minor, here's A major. But you can notice it's one little half step difference. I'm going to make this C to the black note, C sharp. Let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so now with all of this, we've got really basic stuff going on here. We can write more. We're not in loopitis anymore suddenly. And it was really easy, quick changes. The final thing we can do is we can go to the fifth note of your A minor scale. So as we know, 5 notes apart is 5 letter names apart. So A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and we can do an E minor chord or an E major chord, or we can take the notes borrowed from E minor. We can take the chords from the borrowed scale of E minor. So G, A minor, B minor. It's actually really close. Like remember in the beginning, we didn't know for sure. So changing it like a D minor to a D major, going to an E minor, going to an E major scale. That's kind of fun. And doing E major chords. So I might do like a combination of some of the chords from E minor and E major. I added a D major chord in here. So those are things I added in. It actually sounds kind of cool. And the way you can do this is you can literally just look at the chords there and just see what it feels like to add those in. So now what do we have? Let's see. You can do audio effects like Fat FX, and just hear what it might sound like to change the sounds of things here. Just play around with it, turn the knobs, push the buttons, do some automation. If you press A, you can automate anything that you want. You can add more by going to MIDI effects. Modulator, cool. And if you don't know what these are, you could just try okay, I'm going to try one of these, presets. Actually kind of like that. You can also do arpeggiation. We could do remix effects. Okay, so you can play with that. You could change the stuff so that you're not using any samples by just kind of copying this drum beat. So you got kick, snare, kick, snare. That's actually pretty easy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so, we're running out of time really, but, it can really change the way things go by doing some of these things. Hopefully we'll get you out of loopitis and onto a path of creating something really fun. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you made any cool music, please share it with me. I would love to hear it. And if you have any questions about chords or triads or scales or anything, feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to schedule a private lesson. Also, I do believe all music education should be free, but if you have money to tip me for a coffee, go to ko-fi.com/ChristyCake, and I'll put that in my channel. So if you want to tip me a coffee, I would super appreciate that. It would actually be really helpful because I'm running out of coffee. Okay. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end here. I know this was long, so I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon.